Hey, it's Vicky. Welcome to my channel. Nothing says American Thanksgiving like a homemade apple pie. Let me show you how you make it. You want to get all your ingredients together. I'm using a store-bought pie crust. They're really good nowadays. I don't usually spend my time making it any longer, especially on Thanksgiving when I have so many other things to do. It's pretty easy, comes together pretty quickly. It's a half a cup of white and brown sugar, and when you measure your brown sugar, make sure you pat it down to get an accurate measurement. You get cinnamon, your old favorites, a little bit of vanilla, half a teaspoon rather, and a half teaspoon of nutmeg. Now I have to always say, I'm a big believer in using the fresh nutmeg. It just really makes a difference. I saw it one time on a show and I thought, is it really gonna make a difference? And it does, so if you can, go for it. All right, and that's it. When your butter's melted, you're gonna wanna add in some flour, 2 tablespoons. Once that's incorporated, then we're gonna add in the sugar and the cinnamon that we weighed out before. Bring that to a boil and then reduce it to simmer until all the sugar has melted in. While the sugar is melting and simmering on the stove, caramelizing if you will, I'm going to go ahead and get our apples together. It is about 8 apples. I like a combination between Granny Smith and Braeburn apple. You definitely want to have apples that are nice and sturdy. Then we're going to chop up our apples. I'm using a knife because I can't seem to find my apple slicer. If you have one, yay you. Not too small, not too big. About like that'll do. Now I use a mixture of Braeburn and Granny Smith apples because I find that just Granny Smith makes it a little too tart for me. But if you like the tartness, that's fine. You just want to make sure you use an apple that's sturdy and holds up to the cooking. Now an optional thing is to add a little lemon. I like to do it if I have a lemon. If I don't, then I just skip the step. But I happen to have it from something I was doing before. It helps the apples to not turn brown while you're waiting for your caramel. Just gonna mix it up a little. I want to eat an apple now. I want to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. A little flour on your board. They're pre-rolled, but they usually don't fit my really big pie pans, so I usually have to roll them out just a little bit bigger. I also like a big dome of apples. Yeah. I had the refrigerated dough sitting out. It's the first thing I took out before I even started my quest of the apple pie to make sure that it was going to be pliable when I was ready to get it out a little bit bigger. Just a little bit. You want it to fit over your pie plate. You want it to fit over and hang on the outside. Press it in, make sure it's getting down into the corners. We don't want to rip it when we put our apples in. And then in it goes. Oh my, yummy, yummy, yummy. Oops, I think a couple of guys fell out. Yes, piled high. That's how I like it. Gonna get it in there. Make sure there's no things poking out like that, because that's gonna poke a hole in your pie crust and you don't want that. So get any jagged edges inside. No casualties here. Okie-doke. Roll out our top dough. You want to wet the edges of your crust, of your bottom crust. This way it will stick to your top crust. Avoid leakage at all costs. Oops, got a little hole. It's okay, a little patchwork is fine. You're gonna try to fold the top crust underneath your bottom crust. Remember, we're trying to avoid leakage at all costs. And you're pinching as you go. I'm actually doing it in 2 steps to help you understand a little bit better. Get to do it in 1 if you're feeling extra special. A little extra. Sometimes I feel a little extra. It's just easier to do it in 2 steps. This way, it looks more pretty. Alright, now we're just gonna pinch. I just pinch with my thumbs. Some people use a fork, or they can pinch it. You can pinch it this way. Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna do it this way today. Into it, just into it this way now. I think I just changed my mind. I'm pinching and I'm pressing down. The idea is to avoid any leakage. Do a little egg wash, just 1 egg. Scramble that up. I'm avoiding the edges because they tend to get a little too brown with the egg wash. Today I'm fortunate enough to have this very super coarse white sugar. Just makes it look so much more pretty. Some slits in the middle for air holes. And there you have it. You're gonna bake it at 375 for about 50 minutes. Just keep an eye on it. If your crust starts to get too brown, get some tin foil and wrap it around just the crust. We want to make sure that we don't have a soggy bottom. I like the glass pan, the little fixed tips there for you, because you can always just look underneath and do a little cheat. And you got to remember, it's going to get a deep, deep color. It's going to take a while to cook all the way through. Pop it in the oven while you're eating Thanksgiving dinner, and you can smell that apple pie aroma while you're eating. Just can't wait for dessert. Those apples piled high in that pie are so super yummy. That crust is so perfect. And those apples, just the right tartness and sweetness. Oh my gosh. So good. You should make this apple pie. It's so super delicious. Give me a comment below. Let me know that you made it, how it came out, or if you have any questions. I hope you liked my video. I sure did love making it. Look for new videos every Wednesday and Friday. I'll see you next time. Is it working?
It's working.
How about now?
Do I need to leave?
I saw the signs and it opened up my eyes. I saw the signs. Life's demanding without understanding.